Perhaps you've heard of a movie called Pitch Perfect. Yeah, so as you may know, Ben was in that movie, and the sequel will be coming out in a month. So who's excited for Pitch Perfect 2? Amazing. Yeah, so Pitch Perfect 2 next month. And then the week after that bat mitzvah, Ben booked a job on this little musical theater production. Perhaps you've heard of it also. It's called The Book of Mormon. So you might know him from that. And just so you know, Ben is also working on a movie right now, and he just flew up here just to sing in this show, pretty much. And he's going back down to the movie in Atlanta. And the really cool thing to know about Ben Platt that you might not know is that he's going to be starring in a musical opening in Washington, D.C. very soon that was written basically for him by these amazing composers named Pasek and Paul, and it's called Dear Evan Hansen, and you should go see it in DC, or you can just wait till it comes here because it's obviously going to be on Broadway. But anyway, guys, let's make some noise for Mr. Ben Platt.
Hello. Thank you for that introduction. That was so sweet. Thank you. And yeah, you should definitely come to DC this summer because, knock on wood, we don't know if it will move or not. But I hope it does. It's so wonderful to be here in this Ramah-filled room, and I have a lot of actual family here, some cousins, so hi, hello. So the only role I got to play at camp was Sky Masterson in Guys and Dolls, which there's not really anything that's like super fun to sing from that, so I'm not gonna sing from Guys and Dolls, although I'll try to remember some of the Hebrew and sing it for you later. But I am instead gonna sing the song called Touch Me, which is from this musical called Spring Awakening, which, based on the median age of the house, I hope most people have not seen. But that's not important. The reason why I'm going to sing it is because I sang it at my Ramah Seminar talent show at the Chavah in Jerusalem. And it was like right in the middle of the summer, and it was like this great evening where we all got to sort of mingle in a way that we hadn't, because you kind of hang out mostly with your bus, but we did a talent show and with like everyone that was there, and so it was like an interesting way to see all these people that you had no idea were on this trip with you, but that were so amazingly talented. I'm gonna do my best to play. Apologies in advance, and all right. Where I go, when I go there, no more memory anymore. Only men on distant ships, the women with them, swimming with them to shore. Where I go, when I go there, no more whispering anymore. Only hymns upon your lips, a mystic wisdom rising with them to shore. Touch me, oh, just like that, and that, oh yeah, now that's heaven. Now that I like, God, that's so nice. Now lower down where the sins cry. Oh, 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 oh my God, oh yeah. Oh my God, touch me, touch me. Shadows anymore, only men with golden fins, the broken wishes washing with them to shore. Where I go, when I go there, no more weeping anymore, only in and out your lips, a mystic wisdom rising with them to shore. Touch me, all silent. Tell me please, all is forgiven. Consume my wine, consume my mind. I'll tell you how, where the wind sigh. Touch me, whoa, just try it. Now there, that's it. Oh God, that's heaven. Oh, I love you right. We'll wander down where the sins cry. Touch me, whoa, 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 yeah. Whoa, love me, yeah, just for a bit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you.
Wow, that was nice.
Thank you.
You're good. Yeah. Does it work without? You don't have to do that. Are you good? Okay.
We're good. Yes.
We're good. Does yours work, Caissie?
I think so.
Oh,
yes.
nice. So we just thought we'd have a little sicha for all you Ramah people who like to use gratuitous Hebrew. We're going to have a little chit-chat with Ben and Caissie just about their camp experiences and how it relates to their current work, and let's hear from them. Do you want to ask something first, Mitch?
Why don't we start with, just tell us what you're doing these days.
Well, I just finished doing Les Mis, which was my show from Alonim. I decided to reprise my role on Broadway. So I just finished doing that 3 weeks ago. Actually, I played Fantine for the last year. So now I'm taking a little break. I'm doing a lot of concerts. I'm auditioning The Life of an Actor. And I'm doing some regional theater over the summer.
I am currently filming a movie in Atlanta that's called Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. It's a war film that Ang Lee is directing, which is definitely a new experience for me. There's no music and there's no laughter, so it's it's very beautiful, and I'm really excited to be working on it. And then obviously what I'm most excited about is this new musical, Dear Evan Hansen, which is going to be at Arena Stage in DC this summer with the hopes of moving to Broadway, knock on wood, in the spring. And yeah, Pitch Perfect 2 comes out in a month. It's going to be really awesome, and that's the state of things.
You have the same kind of role in Pitch Perfect 2?
Do I have the same kind of role was the question. Yes, it's exactly the same person. I get to do a little more this time around, which is exciting. I get to sing a little more, and I'm around a little more because I don't have to be constantly trying to get into the group. I'm already in the group this time, so that's nice. So that'll be fun. And I get to have a romantic storyline this time, which is very fun. And you'll have to just go and see the movie to find out what that is.
Are you still doing magic?
Yeah, there's lots of magic. As you can see in the trailer, there's like an explosion. That's me. I also have, there's a pig involved this time. I conjure a pig. And yeah, that's about it.
Did you ever work with any animals in your work at Camp Ramah?
At Camp Ramah.
Well, we had a horse at Berkshire's, I'm just saying.
We have goats at Canada, didn't we?
Oh, okay. What do you have at Ojai?
Berkshire's in Canada.
All right,
We win.
let's not talk about the goats in Canada. It didn't end well.
No.
The horse in Berkshire's also didn't end well, by the way.
No animals in Ojai, but my color war captains were animals. Woo! A dome. Okay. Winning color wars on a dome is one of the greatest accomplishments of my whole life. I don't like without like I tell that to people like this is a great room for that because you all know exactly what I mean. But then I'll go into like an audition and I'll be like, well, I did lead a dome to Maccabi victory, and they'll be like, I'm sorry, don't. That's not. But I'm just proud of it, so I'm not gonna stop talking about it.
I think the $64,000 question here for both of you is, to get serious just for a moment,
Sure.
is whether and to what extent Camp Ramah and the experiences you had in Camp Ramah had an impact, because we can learn from people like you in terms of deepening the impact for future generations. So how did Ramah in different ways frame your experiences both as Jews, as human beings, and as artists?
Well, I really did most of my singing as a kid at Ramah. I looked forward every summer to all the tefillot and all the beautiful melodies, specifically the mincha service on Shabbat that was optional because all the good singers in camp would go to it and harmonize, and it was beautiful. And so for me, like a lot of my childhood memories of Ramah are all about music, and they definitely informed my career and wanting to be on stage because every summer I did a play. And I wasn't really like a show kid at home in my real life. Like I took lessons in singing and dancing, but I also rode my bike and played on the basketball team, and I wasn't doing theater professionally. But camp was the place where I got to do a musical every summer. And it's really where I learned how to sing and where I learned how to be comfortable on stage and kind of figure out what I was interested in musically. Ramah was huge for me for that. And it created amazing friendships, of course, in my life. One of my dear friends, Faya Jean, is here tonight, one of my girls from camp. Where are you? Hi! We're still so close, and you know, those things about Ramah are priceless, but as far as the career stuff goes, for me, it was definitely the beginning of my love of being on stage.
Ben?
That was so beautiful. I feel very similarly about the musical aspect of camp. It was definitely always a place where everyone was singing, and music was just sort of part of everyday life, and that was like definitely new for me and something that really impacted me, I think, and my family too. My family is incredibly musical, and so I think camp was just like a beautiful like manifestation of that. As a Jew, it was kind of the first place that I was allowed to decide for myself like what kind of Jew I was going to be or what parts of Judaism meant the most to me, because obviously my family's traditions are beautiful and I loved growing up in my family, but up until I went to camp, everything that I knew about Judaism was just kind of what I was taught by the family, which is wonderful, but I think that there comes a time where you need to sort of figure out for yourself what is going to mean the most to you and what will keep you connected to your Judaism. And so going to camp and sort of being your own person there and learning how to socialize with all these other Jewish kids and discuss Judaism openly was definitely a huge impactful thing for me that is kind of the reason that I feel like I still am very close to my Judaism is in large part because of camp. And it also, in terms of being an actor, I started working when I was like 9 years old, and I would be sort of in and out of school sometimes, and my schedule would be very sporadic and just trying to fit in any theater I could do growing up. And the one constant would be that every summer I'd go to Camp Ramah. And so it was sort of like this continual sort of support system that was where I would go back every year to sort of grow more as a person. I felt like out of camp I was like experiencing things and trying things, and then I'd go back to camp to sort of workshop myself a little bit more and learn more from people, and it's, you know, a very beautiful place. And it also kind of teaches you how to be part of a team and part of a community and part of a support system that's so much bigger than yourself, which I think being an actor is a lot about, especially in theater, is a lot about creating that bond with your team. And like, I honestly,
a dome.
Exactly.
A dome.
That's what I'm saying. So honestly, like I try to emulate the way that my Adom team felt. I do with every cast, because it's just this unified like determination and drive for the same common goal, and it's a very beautiful thing, and I definitely carry that with me.
I just want to say, like, on a note on what Ben was talking about, which is that in this industry there are a lot of, people say show business is all Jews, and there are a lot of Jews in show business, but there aren't a lot of Jews like Ben and Caissie who are proudly out and Jewish and like show that there's a way to be both progressive and also in a secular field of performance, and also love your Judaism. And like, you can, very publicly, you can like read their Twitters and you can see very blatantly Jewish tweets.
Yeah.
At least from you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I try. They don't get as many favorites, but it's worth it.
It's true.
It's definitely worth it.
Those are the only ones I have. Okay. What do you think?
So if you have the ear of Ramah directors right now and Ramah presidents, and you could say something about the future of Camp Ramah in terms of performing arts or really anything, do you have any advice other than just keep doing what we're doing?
I mean, yeah, I would say keep doing. It's really shaped a lot of who I am. I would say, particularly for Camp Ramah in California, I've seen some of the musicals at other camps, and they're a tad more impressive. I'll be honest. They're just a little bit more like sort of. I think that if we could catch up, that would be great. But we're on the way. They've already come a long way.
I will be with Rabbi Joe tomorrow night, and I will be sure to tell him.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been back
Canada
to camp.
couldn't do things more professionally.
No, Canada is pretty amazing. I'm gonna say it. Yeah, I haven't been back in many years, and I should come back. But I have great memories of just having a great sort of balance between Judaism and just like being a kid and being allowed to run around and go canoeing and water skiing. And I don't think a lot of, like especially in Ontario up north where Camp Ramah in Canada is, there's a lot of camps that are Jewish but aren't Jewish summer camps. And I think Ramah, and I went to a couple of them. I went to Tamarack, which is another one nearby, and I went to Camp New Moon, and then I was like, okay, fine, I'll go to Camp Ramah with all my friends from school, and of course I loved it.
Because Roby told you how to go, right?
Yeah, my older brother he paved the way. But it had all the great stuff about regular summer camp, but it had so much more depth and meaning, and similarly, like I discovered the kind of Jew I wanted to be at camp, and I think that you guys are already doing an amazing job of that.
Fantastic, great to hear.
I'd just like to say that we also do not have water skis at Camp Ramah, California.
That's why you go to summer camp.
I don't know what all this stuff is about.
You need a lake first.
I was going to say a lake. Yeah, a lake would be a good start.
We have a hill and food and some buildings. And it's awesome.
The food is very good there.
Every camp is wonderful in its own way. Where's the video? Every camp is wonderful in its own way.
Super